Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Devang Mehra from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you all to the episode 2 of Traders Underground. This is a place where we talk to our traders about their journey in the stock markets, how they get started, and get into deep insights of how everything is going. So today we have Japman Singh, who is our client from the Bold project as well as the Architect program. So he's going to brief you through his journey. So Japman, are you here right now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Devang sir.
Hi. So how are you? How's everything?
Sir, I'm great. What about you?
Good, good. Likewise. So, Japman, tell the viewers, I know a lot about you, but tell the viewers about a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you? And are you a student right now or are you working?
Hi viewers. My name is Japman and I live in Delhi. I'm currently pursuing my BTech in Computer Science from IP University,
Okay.
and yeah,
So how
21 years
old?
old. That's
21
it.
years old. So
Yeah.
so I think when this COVID crash happened, that was a time where most of the traders entered the markets. We saw huge liquidities coming in, and that's been difficult for us actually, people who've been in the markets to trade. But tell me, when did your journey start? Because I don't think you're from the finance background.
I'm completely from a science background, which is completely
Okay.
opposite.
Yeah.
So actually, I always had a lot of interest in the commerce side of things,
Hmm.
but maybe that is also because the grass is always greener on the other side,
Yeah. Yeah.
So we always think that what are the other people doing? So I always had interest that what is happening in the stock markets. How do people actually make money of it? But zero knowledge, so was never able to give time to it. After the
So,
COVID
mhm.
crash, I saw that the markets were really down. Like they had plunged to very low levels. So I used to talk to my dad that Dad, do you think people can make money of it, because the levels are too low, and
So is
I'm
your
sure
dad
the markets will
also,
bounce back.
is he
And Dad used to tell me that.
is your dad also does he invest in the market, or he's not doing anything?
A few years back, he has a long-term portfolio,
Okay.
but he's not very active in the markets. He basically believes that the market is run by operators and it is more of a gamble, which I think a lot of other elders in our home have the same opinion. So
Hmm.
he has always been of the same opinion too.
Okay. So you entered the markets, a conflict in opinions in family, which I think is always there because
Yeah.
people, when we're young, we have that rush, we want to invest in. But yes, there's always that conflict. So you entered in April, when the COVID started, or later than that?
Later, much later. I had to convince my dad to allow me to open a demat account, and that happened in October end. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's when my journey started.
around 6 months you'll be in the markets now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So how has the experience been? Because I think when you started in October, we had still that big boom, Nifty from about
Yeah.
12,000 to 15,000, and now you saw a significant, I think, crash for the first time, about
Yes,
1,000
yes.
points. How is this? How is this treating you?
I think it's been great because every day in the markets is a new learning experience. I remember when I started in October, I used to find fundamentally strong companies that were available at cheaper evaluations. So I
Yeah.
remember Bajaj FinServ is one stock that I picked up in October for 5,700 bucks.
Okay.
So in 1 month it went to, I think, 9,500, but I was very scared. So I think the first red candle that I saw on the daily chart, I just sold it off, and that was, I think, at 7,200 levels. So
Yeah.
the problem was that I did not know what pullbacks are, what corrections are. I knew nothing about the technical side of things. So as soon as I used to see a red candle, I used to sell my stocks for a small profit.
Yeah.
So I think that was one thing that I did not know, which is now a very big change in my life, because after attending the course at TFA, now I know how things work.
Okay,
So yeah.
so got you understood the passion that you have. Hats off to you. So a little bit, I always ask this to people. So there are tons of people available out there, respected, more knowledgeable. So why did you choose TFA? How did the journey start actually in deciding which mentor to take, and how did that process go?
So I remember that basically most of my knowledge about trading has come from YouTube, because I had no other source. So I used to search YouTube for videos and videos related to trading and everything. So I remember in December, there was this recommended section. There's this recommended section in YouTube which showed the financial analyst, and I saw you. You were in the thumbnail. You were showing some chart and you were explaining the analysis. It was a post market analysis video, I guess. So I
Okay.
just clicked on the video and I watched it, and I was like, okay, I have never seen such an elaborate analysis on YouTube. So who is this guy? So I remember commenting on your video that how to join your WhatsApp group. So I guess at that time you were not very active in the comment section, so I did not get a reply. Then I realized that in the description section there was a link to your website, and I clicked there. I registered there, and that is how things began.
So you
So
picked up the Bold project, I believe,
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah,
How was the
right.
experience there in Bold? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I think if you're new to stock markets, the Bold project is the best program you can take. It
Okay.
is it is the value you get in the Bold project is beyond words. I'm short of words right now. The Bold project is that good. So if you were not very confident, if you were not able to gain confidence to spend a big amount on your training, so you can definitely go for the Bold project. It is cheaper, and it will help you to gain confidence in the TFA team, and it will allow you to progress in your journey in the stock market.
Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot to us. So you started with the Bold project around December, I believe, and then you upgraded yourself to the architect. So, probably you
Correct.
saw something in the analysis or something. But how has the experience been, since then? Because I believe you were mentored by Anmol. You did the basic about
Yes.
10-day training with Anmol, and then you did a good 5-day training with me. You still, attending our doubt sessions every weekend. You are now undergoing training under Yash. So, were you expecting
Yes.
this when you joined Architect, or were you expecting that, when I joined the Architect program, I'll be mentored and then I have to trade on my own? So, what were your expectations when you came in?
So honestly, yes, I did have some sort of expectations that my doubts would be cleared. I would become a better trader. Uh, and when I joined the program, initially I was a bit skeptical that I've spent so much money. I didn't tell anybody at home, because it was almost, I guess, 25K, and that was a good percentage of my capital, because I'm a student and I do not earn anything. So I did not tell anybody at home.
Mm-hmm.
So initially I was a bit skeptical, but as we progressed through the program, I realized that every penny was worth it. And the after support, the support we get after the mentorship actually ends, is phenomenal. So it's more like the environment here is like a family. So if I have a doubt, I can just ring Devang sir, you, or I can ring up Anmol sir, or I can ring up anybody, Himalaya sir, or anybody, and they actually, even if they are busy, they just drop a text that please call me in 10 minutes, or call me at 5. They give you a slot, and that makes things so much easier. You can clear all your doubts no matter what the time is. So yeah, the after support is great. I would also like to mention one thing: the Discord server.
Yeah.
The support you get in the Discord server is also great, because see, we all are busy. I can understand the answer. You say very busy. All other mentors are also very busy. So if you have any doubts and you don't have any other place to go to, we have the trading ring, and somebody is always there in the trading ring to help you out. We have senior traders who are there, who would always help you. They will even share their trades with you, so you can ask them if you are taking a trade, and they can guide you if they can see any
Right.
inconsistencies.
Right.
So yeah,
That's
that is
wonderful.
great.
So
Yeah.
when was the exact date approximately when you enrolled for our architect program?
Architect program, I think it was first week of February.
So first week of February, and it's
Yeah.
I think been 2 months
Yeah.
since you've enrolled, and your training is still going on. So just what I wanted to point out the viewers is that it's not a 10-day, 15-day mentorship that we are giving, but it
Yes.
keeps on going on. We shift you between different mentors so we can give you that experience and different style of trading. So enough about that, Japman. Now let's come. As I said, I wanted to share a story. And so
Yes.
you earlier used to do a swing trading, as you said. Bajaj Finserv was the
Yes, sir.
probably the first stock you invested in, got a good 50% gain. But obviously that's not going to happen now. Valuations are stretched and the things are different now.
True.
So I think you started your journey in options after you joined us, and I think you made
Yeah.
some good losses. You want to talk about that for a sec, if you're comfortable, that
Okay,
is.
so yeah, perfectly fine, sir. So I remember everybody in the community was sharing that they were buying some options. So I did not know much about options, and I thought, yeah, this looks very nice because people were making some good money out of it. So I took a trade with some of the other community members, but the problem was that I did not know how to put a stop loss. So I just entered the trade and did not realize what I was getting into. So the next day, I saw that I was in a 10K loss.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, that 10K loss became turned into a 5K profit. So I thought, okay, this looks good, but the greed factor comes in when
Yeah.
we are like, नहीं यार ठीक है, और ऊपर जाएगा और ऊपर जाएगा.
Yeah.
So you just sit in that trade, and next day it was 15K, and I guess from that 15K level, it kept coming down, and once you have seen that 15K number, you don't want to sell it for 8K, 7K, or 2, 3K. You want it to go back to 15K. So I think that greed factor that hit me really hard, because my premium started decaying as the expiry date came closer and closer. And I ended up with around a 40K loss.
So you
And
did a
that was,
40K loss. Yeah.
yeah. And that was one day before the expiry. I exited all my positions. And I remember calling you that day, and I was almost in tears because I couldn't tell anybody at home, because how can you tell your dad that, dad, the pocket money you give me, so I just lost 40K out of my savings.
Yeah.
So it is a very difficult situation to be in. So I remember calling you and telling you that, sir, I just blew up my account, and you were like, "Arey yaar, Japman, kya kar diya tune? You shouldn't have done this." So I still remember that day. So yeah, times then were tough, because I remember you were asking me that day that, Japman, अच्छा तेरे पास capital कितना बचा है? How much money do you have left? So I said, sir, 50K. And you were like, कि options में ना 40K is not a very big loss. Don't worry, we will recover it. I will make you recover it.
Yeah.
And I think the confidence you had, that gave me confidence that, okay यार, नहीं कर लेंगे, कुछ तो करेंगे. So I
What happened
remember फिर
last week?
उसके,
What happened last week? I want you to
so
tell.
last week, okay, so actually I was just sitting on my capital. I was waiting for the perfect opportunity to get into the markets, when I would be sure कि नहीं यार, आज मेरी ही direction में market जाएगी. So I waited, and I think this Thursday expiry was the perfect day for me. So I knew the markets were going to come down because you had prepared us all for it, and so you were also very active on the community, so I knew कि ठीक है, कहाँ entry लेनी है, कौन से levels पे exit है. So everything was planned. I made a proper trading journal according to your levels and everything. And yes, I made a 38K profit in one day using 80,000 rupees, so almost a
So
50% ROI.
so what I want to share with everyone is, a 21-year-old trader who was under so much stress, and this is what goes on, I think, with majority of people who start coming into the markets. Because when you come to the markets, you think it's easy money, but it's not. Because if it was easy, everyone would do it, and only still 1% of the people are profitable. And when you do a loss, we take it so hard on ourselves that I think our journey is over. But the example is in front of you. Japman, 40K down, is back in his PNL in green figures, and he is back with the confidence that he needed to have. So if you have done some losses, which I want to suggest the viewers, if you've done a loss, please count it as a cost of education. When you go to study abroad, after your after 12th or after graduation for postgrad, you share out so much money. But when you have to give money to the markets to learn something, you are afraid to do so, or you feel ashamed. And I think that's not the way to go about it. So any advice, Japman, that you want to give to everyone who's new or who is going through a tough time right now?
I think that losses teach you more than profits, right? So if you just start making profits, the profits won't last until and unless you make a big loss and you go back and you see what mistakes you actually made in those trades. So I think it's good to make a loss in the initial stages so that you know what mistakes you are making. So you improve your trading style, and then you increase your capital slowly and you start investing with a bigger amount of money. So that protects your capital in the long run.
Right.
So I would just tell everybody who are sitting in losses right now, or whose days are not going very well. I just say that don't worry. If there is always a way to trade in the market. So if you are facing any difficulties, try to watch videos on YouTube. Devang sir posts very nice videos on the TFA channel, so they are very helpful. So even if you are not very active, if you even if you are not ready to get into the bold project or the archetype program, just start watching the videos. You will gain confidence in trading, and then you can decide for yourself what you want to do.
Perfect. So just to conclude, so guys, have confidence in yourself and accept losses. You need to learn to move on, because that's the way we have to go about in life. You know, life hits us, it hits us hard. It brings us to our knees, but it's about how can we get up and move forward. So thank you so much, Japman. I think you're an inspiration for the budding traders. You know how your journey has been. So, and one more thing I want to share is, you know, something I've personally experienced is, you know, when you're going through a tough time, you have to keep someone in confidence. You know, if you keep something in yourself, if you don't vent it out to someone, you really become very timid. You become very sad and lonely. So what Japman did was, he wasn't able to tell people at home, or due to whatever reasons, and he shared it with me, and you know, he had someone to talk to. So if anyone in the community, or anyone watching this video, is going through hard time, whatever it is, whatever specter of life, have confidence in one person in life and share it with him, vent it with him, and I'll promise you, you'll feel better about it. So thank you so much, Japman, for giving me your time, and we'll see you around in the
Thank you.
community. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.